Every night around this time, ghosts and monsters emerge.
So, 25 minutes in. Welcome. I never know. Just push the button. Push the button and see where it goes. It is Tuesday, July 16th at 12:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have an appointment later today, a wax appointment, and so you're not supposed to work out afterwards. So in my mind, I stayed up till 4 a.m., so I did not get up until like a little after 11 today, which is such a blessing that I can do that. And my goal today is to edit some content to put out. I would love to put out some content on both channels, on Always Dreamin'. I have not posted anything to Always Dreamin' after deciding to reconfigure things. You know, I needed a revision of that channel. So I would love to work on that channel today. And then I have my personal channel, Fatima Faith 88, that I have 2 videos up there. And so I would like to post a 3rd video today. So that's my goal for the day, is to go to the gym. I need to drink some mushroom coffee. I need a boost. So I should probably make some mushroom coffee now. but now I'm in the middle of this, so I can't do it right now. Okay, so finish recording this, make some mushroom coffee, go to the gym, go to my wax appointment, come home, shower, and create. Just to get into my creative flow. So yeah, I wanted to, this is what I would normally be doing anyway, pulling cards for the day, just kind of getting my mind right. And I felt like I needed to tap into the divine feminine energy within me and kind of what energies are kind of guiding my day and that I should focus on. So right off the top, these two cards, the bottom of the deck, and this card right here. Let me move my lights back so that, or maybe, yeah, I wish the lighting was a little bit better on the card. It's fine. So both of these cards were talking about within. They both said the word within. And I feel like that is kind of how I started this video. It's just kind of showing you all like my happy place, as your spiritual mermaid told me in a reading years ago, that home frequency within you, like when you find that beautiful, peaceful spot within you that feels like home, that feels calming, that feels like you can just let all guards down and that you can be completely yourself. That is kind of the energy that I am in, that I'm filming, that I don't normally film. This is a stubborn candle over here. Or maybe it's just because I have the window open, but it's really not that much breeze here in Virginia. So just showing people how I tap into that energy within. So that was the first thing that I noticed in this reading. And Vajrayogini is also in my Ascended Masters deck. But we're just gonna jump right into it. Vajrayogini. And this book, it does not go in alphabetical order. So you gotta really go and look. I haven't read, I said I wanted to do some deck reviews and actually go through and read what the creator had to say at the beginning of the deck. I used to love to do that when I would get a new deck, because that way you can kind of get the vision and get the feel for what the artist was intending for the deck. So Vajrayogini, the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Who is she? Vajrayogini is the power we all possess to transform mundane experiences into higher spiritual paths. Vajrayogini is considered the supreme deity of the Tantric pantheon. She is both a Dakini Tantric priestess and a female Buddha. According to scholar Miranda Shaw, no other male Buddha, including her divine consort, approaches her metaphysical or practical import. She is the essence of all Buddhas, and to meditate on her brings immediate blessings to the practitioner. So I redid my library. I reconfigured my library. That's that space within that like makes me so like happy. Our Lady of Interior Life. Like Sunday I recorded of me just like cleaning up my library. I took everything off and reconfigured, and I'm loving the new configuration of my decks and books. And this is like the smallest sample of books. I have so many books. So anyway, back to Vajrayogini. She is the essence of all Buddhas, and to meditate on her brings immediate blessings to the practitioner. Her red body symbolizes her inner fire, and the flames that surround her represent her exalted wisdom. Her third eye reflects her ability to see through to the reality of all things in the past, present, and future. She carries the Dakini's curved knife, which cuts through all obstacles and illusions, and she holds a bowl of blood, which represents the bliss that awaits us when we release the ego's attachment to who we are. Vajrayogini is a central figure in Vajrayana Buddhism and in tantric initiations. She's considered a meditation deity and comes to a practitioner during a visualization of her form. She helps liberate us from ordinary conceptions and ordinary appearances so we can see through to the truth of what exists all around us. She is easier to reach during dark times in our lives. Even if we feel far from spiritual, she still wants to liberate us. That was my word of the day with a friend of mine. We exchange words of the day. And the word liberation and liberator and liberated have been coming to me for a while through my gene keys, gene key 39, which is my north node in my human design gene keys. So I really feel connected to that energy. So yeah, and on the card it says everything is material for my liberation. That feels really good. What is the astrology for today? Where are we at right now? Currently we are at 24 degrees. Yes, 24 degrees. Cancer sun. We are approaching the end of Cancer season. We have a little less than a week until the end of Cancer season. 24 degrees is a Pisces degree. Let's see, it's a Pisces degree. And if I'm correct in learning about the decans, that would be for Pisces, would that be a moon degree? So cutting through illusions, Vajrayogini. The moon is currently in Scorpio at 25 degrees, an Aries degree, stepping into the new initiation, a fire degree. It's an Aries degree. Would that be the degree of the sun? The decan of the sun? I'm going to have to go back. I need to get back into studying my astrology. I'm in a class with Beyond the Veil, Candace Marie, Beyond the Veil Tarot and Astrology. She's a really dope teacher. All right, when your soul selects her card, no matter what has happened recently or in the past, Vajrayogini reminds us that we possess the fierce wisdom that transmute any pain or suffering into deep lessons that free us and bring us more joy. She is the call to wake up if we've fallen into the old myth that something or someone outside of us is going to save us. She's here to make it loud and clear that what is within us, there we go with the word within, us will save us. We can take this moment right here, right now, to turn everything sacred. Her energy is sharp, intense, and uncompromising. She will not let you remain in your illusion or a disempowering story about who you really are. She wants to sever all ties to your ego's relationship to a person or an event in your life and see it again with the third eye, with the wisdom that can perceive the deeper spiritual path beneath the human drama. This red female Buddha is the power we all have in every moment to take a seemingly everyday event or annoyance or unfortunate occurrence and use it for our own enlightenment. She reminds us that everything is rich material for us to elevate our reality as an embodied soul. Soul voice meditation. Can I see the lesson in the chaos? Intention. I have the power to make each moment sacred, and everything is material for my liberation. Period. Teresa of Avila. Teresa of Avila. Teresa of Avila, page 35. Our Lady of Interior Life, I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Who is she? With passion and conviction, Teresa of Avila connects us to the love and truth available to us whenever we turn inward. Saint Teresa was born in Avila, Spain in 1515. As an adolescent, she experienced many illnesses and was confined to a bed, which allowed her to begin to explore her own thoughts. Yeah, I do recall I have gotten this card also because I connect with it because I am always like, ever since I was little, I've just always been like in my head of like, why am I thinking that? What is that thought? And I'm always like digging deeper. As an adolescent, she experienced many illnesses and was confined to a bed, which allowed her to begin to explore her own thoughts. She read every book she could find on spiritual exploration and contemplative prayer. By the time she was a young adult, she knew she wanted to dedicate her life to the interior world. Yes, like I am, because it talked about Vajrayogini being a priestess, but a lot of what I feel I'm here to do is show the inner work, me actually going through the process, sharing my process to help others, because some people don't really know how to explore their thoughts a little bit more deeply. By the time she was a young adult, she knew she wanted to dedicate her life to the interior world. She entered a Carmelite convent in Avila in 1535. She increased the emphasis of contemplating prayer and eventually reformed the Carmelite order, which was later joined by St. John of the Cross. Over the course of her life, St. Teresa founded 17 convents throughout Spain. At the age of 44, she began to have a series of visions that convinced her that Jesus Christ appeared to her in bodily form and yet remained invisible to the eye. These visions lasted for 2 years and would inform her books, especially the spiritual masterpiece, The Interior Castle, which charts the ascent of the soul as an inner journey through the 7 mansions or states of being that exist within us. And I have gotten back into journaling, writing. It's been so instrumental for me, and I have not been doing it. It's like trying to find the balance between this social media world, my website, blogging, creating content. It's an alchemical process for me. And so I hadn't been writing in my journal, but once I got back into it over the last couple days, it's so therapeutic to like write with your hand, write it out. And writing is it's becoming a lost form of art. And I took them all down. I had a lot of my journals over the last few years that I've written. Always Peter Popper Press. I can't wait to finish one of these. I used to be so determined to finish a journal so that way I could buy a new one. And I haven't bought a new one in a while, but I'm feeling more encouraged and inspired to finish one of these journals so that way I can buy a new one. So I have 2 journals I'm working in right now. Yeah, I have 2 journals I'm working in right now. Ultimately, these visions lasted for 2 years and would inform her books, especially the spiritual masterpiece, The Interior Castle, which charts the ascent of the soul as an inner journey through the 7 mansions or states of being that exist within us. Ultimately, Teresa wrote in the hope of assisting her sisters in the convent to also reach the innermost castle where God dwells in our soul. I am grateful for music, is the affirmation that just came through. She reminded them that we ourselves are the castle and that the door of entry into the castle is prayer and meditation. her own personal spiritual experiences at the root of her instruction. The closer she gets to the seventh mansion, where the soul ascends, which requires going further inward, the stronger the light is. She describes, it's interesting, it's like the stronger the light is, and on the crown of the deck, at the top of the deck, it looks like she's like on fire and completely lit up. Her personal spiritual experience is the root of her instruction. The closer she gets to the seventh mansion, where the soul ascends, which requires going further inward, the stronger the light is. She describes the ways to discern the voice and the presence of the divine within us, and the certainty of God that arrives that cannot be explained or doubted. This is so interesting because last night, I was writing in my journal actually about, because I'll get cards, it's like, I'm taking in other people's energy, it's not yours. And I think that's been one of the more difficult things for me to decipher, has been, is this mine? But I'm getting better at it. And the way I could tell last night that what I was feeling wasn't my own, not only because the cards told me, confirmed it to me, but before I pulled cards, I was thinking to myself and I was writing and I thought, but I've been great all day. I've been feeling good all day. And then I had a certain conversation that then I started still doubting myself. I started doubting myself about my purpose, my soul purpose, which I've been very strong in lately. So interior world, it really is like, for me, it helps me to push the button, to record content and then edit it to put it out for consumption. The on the spot, the lives, they're fine, they're good. They give me a certain burst of energy, but at the same time, it is other energy coming in. And the cards that I pulled last night from the Light Workers Oracle, another go-to that I use almost freaking daily. In that deck, I pulled that last night, and that's what it was talking about. Like, I keep getting the card of like, stop doubting yourself, like your intuition is on point. But it's really hard for me to like, because nothing is good or bad, but I guess that's what, everything is material for my liberation. It's like when I come across, I just heard the peace dealer, Michael Nebe, an astrologer, saying these are forces working through these people. It's not the person, because I don't like feeling like, oh, they're projecting certain energy or whatever like that. Like, understanding that we can be an open vessel, but when you're an open vessel, it can get to the point where other lower frequencies can be working through you unconsciously. So it's like these lower frequencies are working through these avatars, and they don't even realize what they're projecting onto you. So I clear my energy field with light. I surround myself with light, and I transmute it into love, and I send it back to that person. You send it back to that person. You call on your ascended masters to help you send love back to that person. It's like I feel guilty if I don't take it. It's like my energy, my light triggers you and makes you feel bad. And slightly, I guess, I feel bad for making you feel bad. So I want to take that from you. But that compromises my own vibration when I do that, if I'm not doing it properly, if I'm not in the mindset of, I know this is not mine. That's very interesting. I feel guilty for not taking it. Interior life, I feel guilty for not taking it. I need to write that in my journal. That's something for me to explore deeper. My this pen pouch is so old. I got this probably close to the beginning of the pandemic. It says special on it, and then it says be young, be unique, you are one in a million. You are one in a million. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Turn me inside out, make my heart speak. Need no one else, you're me. At 1 p.m. on the dot, 1 p.m. Why do I feel guilty not taking people's projections? And triggers. I'll explore that deeper later. Okay. And goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Okay. Ultimately, Teresa wrote in hope of assisting her sisters in the covenant to also reach the innermost castle where God dwells in the soul. She reminded them that we ourselves are the castle, and that the door of entry into this castle is prayer and meditation. Her own personal spiritual experience is the root of her instruction. The closer she gets to the seventh mansion where the soul ascends, which requires going further inward, the stronger the light is. She describes the ways to discern the voice and presence of the divine within us and the certainty of God that arrives that cannot be explained or doubted. This inner journey was so significant to Saint Teresa because she believed that God didn't care about the magnitude of anything we do, but rather the amount of love that we do with it. Pope Paul VI named Saint Teresa a doctor of the church in 1970. Her spiritual writings are considered integral to the Spanish Renaissance and to the history of Christian mysticism. When your soul selects her card, Saint Teresa is a call for the importance of the interior life. She knew intimately about the spiritual wealth we all possess and have access to if we're willing to go inward. She not only emphasized the need to meditate and to pray in order to reach that innermost castle where the soul waits for us, but she also instructed the sisters of her covenant on how to discern the presence of the soul or of a saint or of a holy person that is giving us wisdom from within us. She had a bookmark that supposedly read, "If you have God, you will want for nothing. God alone suffices." This synthesis, the wisdom of her experience, nothing less than divine love, will satiate. That word came up yesterday, and I had never seen that word before. Where was that? Good thing I've been documenting, right? Good thing I have been documenting. That was in my tarot pool yesterday from the video that I recorded. It was the 10 of Cups. It was the 10 of Cups that had that word. Nothing less than divine love will satiate a seeker, especially once you have met with it from within. She urges us to meditate, to pray, and to go inward and meet with the presence of the soul. And then she asks for us to believe that it is real and that the answers we find are real. She asks us to move into inner truth, out into the world with confidence and conviction. Soul meditation. What does love feel like in my body? Intention. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Yes, I love that for me. Oh, I hope these messages help someone else. And so that is the point of me recording my own process, to show people how you can do it yourself. But also, I know that I'm not the only one feeling this way. I know I'm not the only hermit that kind of wants to be seen, but at the same time have that balance of the interior life and the exterior life. And so I guess that's who I'm for. I'm for who I'm for, you know, like I'm for who I'm for, you know. Yeah. All right, Rita of Cascia. Rita of Cascia. I'm probably saying some of these words wrong, but you get the point. Rita of Cascia. This is page 13. It's interesting how we went from further in the back of the book to the front of the book. Rita of Cascia. The patroness of the impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Who is she? Saint Rita of Cascia's life demonstrates the power of prayer to shift even what appears to be an impossible cause. She was born Margherita Lodi in 1381 in Italy to noble parents. She is associated with bees because as a child it is said that they swarmed her but never stung her. And bees are symbolic of Mary and the diligent work that must be done to gather honey, or the immortal sweetness of Christ's love. Although Rita wanted to enter a covenant, she was forced to marry Paolo Mancini and had her first child at the age of 12. Her husband was a wealthy nobleman who had many enemies in Cascia. Rita endured abuse and infidelities, but through prayer and kindness, she converted him to Catholicism. He then renounced the family feud known as La Vendetta. Even though Paolo had become a new man, a member of the feuding family murdered him for his previous acts. Rita's two sons wanted to avenge their father's death, but before they could, both died of dysentery. After the death of her husband and sons, Rita wanted to enter the monastery of Saint Mary Magdalene in Cascia. She was given the condition that her family had to reconcile with the family that had killed her husband before she could gain entrance. Rita prayed to her patron saints John the Baptist, Augustine of Hippo. I'm a member of St. Augustine's Episcopal Church, and Nicholas of Tolentino to assist her in creating peace between the two rival families. The bubonic plague was ravaging Italy at that time and happened to take several members of both families. This was enough hardship that they agreed to relinquish the feud. Everything is fine is the affirmation that just came in. Rita entered the Saint Mary Magdalene Monastery at the age of 36. Catholic legend says that she was transported into the monastery by her three patron saints via levitation. And legend also relates that while she was meditating on Christ at age 60, a ray of light pierced between the eyes. The stigmata remained there until her death of tuberculosis in the monastery in 1457. When your soul selects her card, despite popular belief, Saint Rita isn't about suffering or martyrdom. Not in this context. Here, she is about the miracles that happen when we choose to be steadfast about something or someone. This does not mean remaining in a situation that is harmful to us. It means knowing that we can believe anything is possible and that everyone is ultimately forgivable. Because forgiveness isn't about someone else, it's about freeing ourselves. Page 15 that was. We might have to draw fierce boundaries and possibly never see this person again, but we can pray from any distance that a light larger than our own transforms them, that a love that is greater than what we alone can hold and have for them might offer them new life. This is so interesting, because the last card I talked about how I had a conversation with someone that kind of threw me off. And every time I engage with this person, my intuition is like really loud, and it's kind of hard for me to accept. We might have to draw fierce boundaries and possibly never see this person again, but we can pray from any distance that a light larger than our own transforms them. And I pulled Christ consciousness out of that light worker's oracle, and I usually don't pull. Christ never comes out. Jesus never comes out. I get the Buddha a lot, but I never get Christ. So to get Christ consciousness, and it was a very long reading, but it spoke very loudly to me. And then to have two Christian divine feminine energies show up in the reading, it's kind of pointing me to like, and anybody that knows me knows I respect all religions. I love studying religions. I love studying spiritual beliefs, and I love taking what is beautiful about them all and using them in my life. I'm a Muslim woman, but I'm also a Christian woman. I was born with a Muslim name, so I always felt connected to Islam. Then when I got older a few years ago, and I became an astrologer, the symbol for Islam is the moon and the star. It's a crescent moon. I was born on a crescent moon. My birth tarot card is the star card and the strength card. It was just too much drawing me back to it. But when I was in like 6th grade, so I grew up very mystical, very spiritual, like, dreamed a lot. That's why my business is always dreaming, because I would always have these kind of prophetic dreams that I didn't know that's what they were until, of course, later on in life. But I've always been like a very mystical, spiritual child, and then to join Christianity with the name Fatima El-Amin, growing up, it was like I respected my father's religion and I respected my mother's religion. So to get baptized like in the 6th, 7th grade, it gave me a chance to kind of build my own spiritual foundation, be in that interior world that Teresa of Avila was talking about. So yeah, I'm back. So yes, I love both of them, and then I converted to Islam a couple of years ago when I felt like it was kind of calling me. I'm not your typical anything, I'm me, and I always say that I'm me at the end of the day. All right. That a love that is, y'all hear my stomach, that a love that is greater than what we alone can hold and have for them might offer them a new life. Saint Rita is asking us foremost to never give up on what we want for ourselves, and she is suggesting that the path to what we desire is in our belief that it is possible. We might not know how or when things will align for us, but we can participate in deep prayer, a bone trust that at some point what we most desire will arrive. I believe it. I know it. I can see it. I can feel it. It's just, for me, I have to become disciplined in the motivation to take the steps each day to get closer to what that vision is. And part of that is not only pushing the button, but then Fatima going back Aries 10th house and making sure, because I record the content and then it'll sit there forever. So making sure I'm disciplined and going and editing and actually posting it. It's not complete. Finish till completion, Aries. Finish till completion, Aries. Go and finish it. Post it. It's not real until you post it. This is all fine and dandy until you post it. All right. And then we have Hestia. Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. Hestia, page 178. We're going back to the back of the book again. 178. The goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Who is she? Hestia represents the warmth, protection, and sanctuary we feel when we know we are home. Hestia is an ancient Greek goddess of the hearth. Her name translates as fireplace or altar. She is the firstborn daughter of Kronos and Rhea. Her brother Zeus assigned Hestia the sacred position of tending to the Olympian hearth. She is known for her calm, abiding presence and her tremendous kindness. In ancient Greek culture, Hestia is the divine personification of the sacred fire that sits at the center of someone's home, all as well as in the center of every town and village. She would receive the first and last sacrifices of each day. With the establishment of a new village, the flame from Hestia's public hearth in the mother city would be carried to the new home. Hestia is the fire that grounds us, the hearth we can gather around to stop our wandering. And I did light my candle, which 2 of the flames have gone out. Hestia sounds very much like Vesta, the Vestal virgins and the keepers of the flame, and mine is in the 8th house of Aquarius. Hestia is the fire that grounds us, the hearth we can gather around to stop our wandering. Stop our wandering, come back in, harness our flame, push the button, then record and edit and put it out there. It's not done until you put it out there. Hestia is the emblem of the warmth, safety, and nourishment of being in community. She represents that tangible and yet unseen connection between all our loved ones, and she is the calm, abiding presence that can only be found within. When your soul selects her card, Hestia created the concept of sanctuary. It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. She wants us to seek those situations that allow us to feel a sense of being home, or she wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone else. Of all the wild and crazy adventures, Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama-free. She is the one who can be counted on, the one who fosters community and provides the stability of food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. Ooh, this is so aligning for me with everything that's going on in the world. I keep getting the message of being like that calm balance, that Venus energy, that not adding to the chaos. Not adding to the chaos. Let me see if... I don't think there is a Hestia asteroid, but let's make sure. Because there's so many asteroids, and if there is one specifically for her, I would love to know where it is. All right, so we go to astro.com, and I pull up, my chart was already there, and then we go to additional objects, and we go to asteroid name and number, click on H for Hestia, and alphabetical order. Do your children know alphabetical order? Hecate, Hestia, H-E-S, yes, H-E-S, Q-R-S. There is a Hestia asteroid, number 46. I get excited when someone shows up in my reading, Hestia, and it's right. It's 1 degree Gemini, 1 degree Gemini. 1 degree Gemini in my 11th house of community. And it is very close. I wouldn't say exactly conjunct, but loosely conjunct. Oh, no, it is. It is conjunct my Chiron healing. Gemini, communication, communicating, and being a thought leader at 1 degree. Aries degree, starting something new, being innovative, talking about the healing process, bringing together more community, having that hearth, supporting that fire. The community can engage and come around and feel safe and feel secure in order to heal. Come on, thank you. Yes. Of all the wild and crazy adventures, Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama-free. She is the one who can be counted on and the one who fosters community and provides the stability of food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. She's your grandmother goddess. She is the energy that whispers for you to get cozy. Hestia wants you to be 1,000 leagues easier on yourself. Put a blanket over your body, curl up with hot tea, and I said I should make some tea or some mushroom coffee. Curl up with hot tea, sit before the fire of all that you have accomplished, and give your mind a break from all that you ask of yourself. Hestia wants you to let kindness pervade your thoughts. She wants you to light a small fire in the center of yourself and feel safe in calling your body home. She wants you to be able to seek sanctuary within. She wants you to come home to yourself and give yourself the love that you effortlessly offer others. Hestia is the call to become the call harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive. Soul voice meditation. I am a safe place to be. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Now let me go pull up Vesta real quick. I want to see Vesta and Hestia together. What if Vajrayogini was an asteroid? She is not. It's fine. Vesta. Where you at, Vesta? There you go, number 4. I want to see what degree. Vesta is at 11 degrees, which is an Aquarius degree in my house of Aquarius, in the 8th house. But does Vesta have any... Nope. There's... Because 11 degrees and 1 degree, it's not... Yeah. It wouldn't be a trine. It's trine by element. So, once again, thoughts, communication... The warmth comes from my voice, the way that I speak to people. Harness that fire, that communication, writing. Teresa of Avila, writing. I've always said I wanted to create a blueprint to help people. So when I'm dead and gone, it doesn't even matter. She wants you to come home to yourself and give yourself love, the love that you effortlessly offer others. Hestia is the call to become the calm harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive. That is Hestia. And at the bottom of there, just because I had taken it off to show you all, was Sarah La Kali. Sarah La Kali, Queen of the Outsiders. And I feel like I'm kind of like a champion for the underdog. I have arrived. I am where I always will be, in love. So that gives me like great guidance for the day. This is priestess energy. Being in my priestess energy, the essence of all the Buddhas, I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation, being liberated. And then we have going within, writing, being a guide for others, but also loving on myself today, and believing in miracles, and that I'm worthy of them, and praying, being in prayer, being in meditation, being in contemplation, And you can be in contemplation. You don't have to actually sit here and be with your eyes closed. You can meditate while you work out. You know, it's just finding that home frequency again within yourself to feel like, you know what? I'm at peace. I'm calm. All is well. Just like the affirmation said. The affirmation said, everything is fine. Everything is fine. So I was going to pull some tarot for the day, but I feel like that Divine Feminine Oracle did all I needed it to do. So anyway, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for holding this space with me. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Peace, love, and keep dreaming, keep dreaming, keep dreaming. All right.